our eagles fly. Fly, eagles, fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Welcome, y'all. We back on day 3 of the draft. Day 3 of the draft, y'all. We back better than ever, man. You know, yesterday we covered day 2. The day before we covered day 1 of the draft. Well, we didn't really cover day 1 because we went to the wedding. Well, we covered the post draft and all that, and we touched on the draft picks and the Eagles and all that. You know, we gonna focus more on the Eagles and our picks from yesterday and our picks that's going on today. But right now, we're gonna go back to the live stream. We're gonna go to the live stream and play the live stream of the draft. This is live right now. And we're gonna see who the Eagles pick. We're gonna see the guys that's left on the board. Actually, I'm gonna check now and see who's left on the board.
Mohamed Kamara, pass rusher off the edge. Jay Hicks, talented safety. They moved around. Figures to be a 4th or 5th round draft choice. Panthers need a lot. Let's see what Carolina does with this pick of the 4th round.
Hopefully the Eagles trade up, and we trade up and we get a linebacker. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is still out there. We need a linebacker. We got a linebacker named Cedric Gray.
Detroit from Germany.
You know what I'm saying? We need a tight end as well. We got a tight end best available.
NFL draft.
Share the screen. Let's see who they pick.
Sanders, tight end, Texas. Keep pounding.
Ja'Tavion Sanders.
They call him man hands. He can make plays down the field. He can.
So the Panthers had the first pick in the 4th round, and they picked Ja'Tavion Sanders. Well, let's see what he ranked at.
245 pounds, ran at 4'6".
Ja'Tavion Sanders. Don't even have him up here as a top tight end.
Underneath after the catch is made as well in the red zone.
Don't even have him up here as a top tight end.
His physicality there is a real factor to basically use that body as a power forward to make
not unless they took him off the draft board. Maybe they took him off the draft board already, but they Panthers got a tight end. Looks pretty hard too.
I wanted to see it on a more consistent basis, but the talent with Ja'Tavion Sanders is in abundance. This certainly is a pick to make the young quarterback better. And
see what the Eagles do, man. Once we trade up.
And that pass offense
consistency with the route running. What needs to be quicker, getting off the line of scrimmage, getting in out of breaks, because athletically, when you're 245 pounds like he is and run 4.69, you should be a little bit more explosive. And the blocking, look, I understand that a lot of tight ends aren't asked to knock people off the ball like it's 1979 anymore. But some of the efforts that he put out there, you just can't do. Not with that kind of ability. You have to have a little bit more competitiveness than that. Fantastic prospect, though, right now in the 4th round.
That's the consistency, the effort, making sure that he keeps the most important thing.
So the guys I want today is we got a wide receiver from Oregon. His name is Troy Franklin. His name is Troy Franklin. Back to this.
Quarterback position, Spencer Rattler still on the board. We're also waiting for the Dallas Cowboys to try to fill that hole at running back. They have had talks with Ezekiel Elliott, who seems like he'll wind up in Dallas, but it would be interesting to see the Dallas Cowboys pick a running back in this draft. And of course, the New York Jets are currently scheduled to have the last pick in the draft, Mr. Irrelevant. And that was a pick that the Jets did not want to trade. When they traded Zach Wilson to Denver, and they were discussing essentially what picks to involve, the Jets insisted on holding on to the pick that would become Mr. Irrelevant.
To make sure their guy gets the parade at Disney World and all of that, as you saw on the screen.
So this is best available right here. This is best available right here. TJ Tampa, cornerback. Cedric Gray, Jaden Hicks, Washington State, Ohio State. This is who I want. Troy Franklin, wide receiver from out of Oregon. He's 6'2", 176. We need a receiver. Oh wow! So Troy Franklin just went. Troy Franklin just went. God just said I want it. He just went to the Broncos. Oh, he is gone. He's off the board.
He's going to know the new quarterback in Denver.
He's off the board.
He sure will. He loved catching passes from Bo this past season, Reese. He had 14 receiving touchdowns, to be specific. 6'0", nearly 6'2", only
well, the next guy we got.
Pounds, but this kid can absolutely
the next guy we got is Brendan Rice, Jerry Rice's son, man.
The ball out quickly and let the playmakers.
We got Brendan Rice, Jerry Rice's son. Hopefully we can trade up and get him or Jeremiah Trotter Jr.
What's it going to be like when a defensive back gets up in his face and challenges him physically? He's going to have to put on weight and bulk to make a difference at the NFL level. But if you get the ball in his face, see ya, as you see right here in that USC highlight.
Yeah, guys, I thought it's Deontay Johnson when we did our comp shows. I look at Troy Franklin, a little bit linear, but this is vertical stretchability with 4.41 speed. Look at Denver. Jerry Jeudy is gone. There's an opportunity here with Marvin Mims and Cortland Sutton to really work into the top 3 wide receivers on this board. He does have to get stronger, but excellent release quickness at the line of scrimmage. You put him in the slot, move him around, he can make plays.
One thing, Lou, as well, the few too many drops. He's got to shore that up, become more consistent, reliable. Bo Nix, the quarterback, obviously, he understands that. But be more reliable, be more consistent. Ball's thrown your way in the NFL, you got to catch it.
You know, one of the best things about Sean Payton is he understands utilizing player assets and really what their strengths are, as well as any offensive coach in the NFL. Troy's a vertical guy. If you watch him run intermediate routes, that's not his thing. He's not a hard COD route runner, the comebacks, the curls. He's the guy who likes to run those speed cut in breakers or just line up and basically run past people. Sean had a guy like that in New Orleans. Remember Robert Meacham from Tennessee? Yeah. That's what he's going to be like, that vertical dude, and he'll use them as such.
You see the numbers that Troy Franklin put up, and with the connection with Bo Nix over the last 2 seasons, no quarterback wide receiver duo had more touchdown connections than Bo Nix and Troy Franklin. And if Denver tries to retool and reshape things and perhaps surprise some people by taking Bo Nix as early as it did, they're doing everything they can to try to get aligned word of the year and make everybody comfortable in doing so.
And that was part of the analysis that we talked about on night one, Reese, is that Bo Nix going at number 12 was understandable given the fact that Denver had no second-round pick. And also the 5 quarterbacks that
I wanted is off the board. Let's see who's next. Guys, we got Jeremiah Trotter Jr. He's an undersized linebacker, though, but I don't know. Maybe I want him here because his dad played here. He's definitely undersized. He's only 6 foot 228. He's the same size as Nakobe Dean. We will have 2 undersized linebackers. 3, because White is a little small, too. Nakobe Dean, like 5'10", 5'11". Watch highlights of him.
Clemson going to bring pressure. Duke runs the ball, and the ball is fumbled, and it's recovered by Makuba. Jaquez Moore fumbles it. Clemson recovers.
Concede the field goal, get in the middle of the field, align their kicker as they hand the ball to Moore. Looks like Jeremiah Trotter gets that hand in there, punches the ball out. How about Andrew Makuba? Almost scooped and scored that football. It's an excellent job by Jeremiah Trotter Jr., who was all football all the time.
Was the go-ahead touchdown. They'll throw it here on 3rd and long and try to set up a wide receiver screen. It's read well. Calhoun tackled by Trotter. First down, it's J.D. Moore, their top running back, and he'll pick up 0. Just feels like more of the same from week 1 when Dabo said, honestly, he's never been a part of a game like that. Martello on the keeper. They'll lose a couple yards and bring up 3rd down and long. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. on the stop. On 3rd and 10.
I see he can blitz and tackle, but can he cover? I want to know if he can cover. We need linebackers that can cover.
Travis wrapped up and spun down by Jeremiah Trotter.
In a nice design pressure, you're going to see pressure on the outside, and then Trotter's going to fill in. They kind of don't pass it off correctly between the right guard and the right tackle. As a result, Trotter somehow gets around. As you see Emmanuel swing and a miss, and he drops Travis.
3rd down and 8. Pressure coming. Schrader in trouble and sacked again. Number 5. Clemson almost has as many sacks in this game as they had in the first 4 combined. This is Jeremiah Trotter.
Got Peter Woods inside. He's going to work outside the guard. Opens up that A gap for Jeremiah Trotter to fly downhill.
And they empty it out here. Schrader back to throw.
Coverage.
Fires over the middle. Trotter with a great play.
Coverage. All right,
I see you on coverage. 32-yard line.
I see you on coverage. Okay.
Eyes on the quarterback. Going to drop right back into this zone. Eyes on the quarterback. Trying to work the football to Alford. Working out of that inside receiver position. Full extension. And an excellent, excellent play and takeaway for Jeremiah Trotter Jr. You can't draw it up any better than that.
In the back of the field because Andrew Makuba has the tight end in coverage.
Here they come. Nothing.
Wow.
Nowhere to go. That is an orange wave in the backfield.
That is a pass read 100% of the time. When you have every gap filled with defensive players.
1 for 4 on 3rd down. Armstrong the pitch. And that goes nowhere to Allen. How about Jeremiah Trotter making sure of it for the Clemson defense? From his end zone, Morris on the run. Trying to freelance, absorb the hit at the 6. And then finally toppled all of that for about a yard.
3-0 Irish. 3rd down and 4. Hardman wrapped up. Jeremiah Trotter, the linebacker, on a blitz.
And Jabron Payne is just stepping right up to take on the linebacker Trotter. But look at the wiggle as Trotter kind of shifts his body inside, goes right around Jabron Payne. It's an excellent rush and just a bad miss there.
Brings the ball back to the 24-yard line.
So Trotter Jr. looked pretty good, man. He looked good, and he actually looked already coverage too. But he's just undersized. It's just the undersized that scares me, man. As y'all see, Nakobe Dean gets hurt a lot. That's because he's undersized. He don't got really the size, the bang with the big guys. But I know he the next best linebacker. Him and a linebacker from North Carolina, Cedric Gray. He's still available too. So we're gonna watch the tape on Cedric Gray.
Because film doesn't always tell you the whole story. I always, make the comparison to auto racing. You can watch auto racing on TV, and you kind of go, yeah, okay, they're driving fast cars. It says 200 miles an hour. Then when you see
how
person,
Cedric Gray
blows
look.
you away. Watch this young man throw the football in person, and you'll have a totally different appreciation.
North Carolina.
6-yard rush for Joyner. 3rd down and 7. Rattler tripped up. Looked like he might escape for a moment. Down a sack. At the 47-yard line, Cedric Gray. The pressure for a Carolina defense that had only 20 sacks all of last season.
121 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks. And he had better stats than Jeremiah Trotter Jr. He had better stats.
Here's the sweep. Tucker trying to get to the perimeter, and Power Eccles is going to pull him down. It'll be a loss of 2 back on the other side of the midfield stripe. Gray made the tackle, 33, not 23. 3rd and long, Noel stopped right at the line, or 3rd and short, I should say. 2nd down and 7. First play was a run play. Bayer going to shoot one toward the middle of the field. That was for Bub Means, and Gray got a hand in the throw lane there. At the Carolina 20 with Pitt's 3rd offensive possession. And he fumbles the ball right back to Carolina. And Cedric Gray, the recovery on the botched exchange between Bayer and Kenny Johnson.
Sure, gets that ball through contact.
No, Cedric Gray got size. Cedric Gray got size. Let's look at his measurables. See, he's 6'2", 234. He's a couple more pounds than Jeremiah Trotter Jr., but he got more height. He's 6'2". He's 6'2", 234. Jeremiah Trotter 6'2", 228. So they the same size. It's just Gray got a little bit more height. He's a little bit more taller than him. I mean, let's read this pro draft analyst. Gray is a highly productive inside linebacker who led all power 5 linebackers in tackles. 279 over the past 2 seasons. That's a lot of fucking tackles. He get over 100 tackles a year. He's a rangy run defender with good closing speed, and he has the burst to fill gaps and blow up plays in the backfield before offensive linemen get a chance to square up. Ray reads the quarterback in underneath zone, is competitive, matching up in man coverage, and flashes above ball skills. He had 5 interceptions, 18 pass defended in North Carolina. And his comparison is Patrick Queen. That's a crazy comparison right there. Patrick Queen. That's Reed Trotter Jr. 6 foot, 228. Trotter doesn't have great size or speed, and yet he left Clemson as one of the only 14 FBS players to record 10 plus sacks, 4 plus interceptions, 3 plus forced fumbles, and multiple pick sixes in the past 20 seasons. He makes quick reads and chases with great effort, and he beats blockers to the point of attack, shifting through traffic between the tackles. Trotter is a polished pass rusher with active hands, and he had 12 sacks over the past 2 seasons. He reads the quarterback's breaks. He reads the quarterback, breaks on the ball, and flashes the ability to pluck the ball out the air and underneath coverage.
Snap it quickly, throw it out to Bellari, but he's gang tackled at the line of scrimmage. Cedric Gray was there first, second team All-America. Schrader scrambling. Got to do something. He fumbles it. Ball is loose at the 45, chopped out by Cedric Gray. Syracuse got it back, but it's 4th down.
Wow, just a mistake here by Garrett Schrader. Trying to buy time. And then Cedric.
Parrish again. Ball's out. And he crossed the goal line. For the moment, it's North Carolina ball. It's on the ground. He's certainly not across the goal line at that point. As you see, the progressive pylon cam has a great look at it.
Their first 3rd down conversion, 1 out of 3 now. Van Dyke is 6 out of 9 passing for 89 and a touchdown. Setting up a screen.
Parrish swung down by the tackling machine. Cedric Gray. Unbelievable here by Cedric Gray. Watch how he tracks it all the way. He's in man coverage, has the back.
After the defense got the ball back, here's Van Dyke with 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
He throws an interception. Underthrew his receiver right to Cedric Gray. Look at the eyes of Cedric Gray, watching Van Dyke the entire way, just slowly drifting out.
1 minute to go. Van Dyke into a crowd and incomplete. A little too low for Xavier Restrepo.
Haynes does get in the ball game. Cooley out. They're going to hand it to Haynes, and I think he got tripped up. Carolina got him at the 46.5. Stick Lane, who started his college career down the street at Georgia State.
McDowell in the backfield along with Santiago as the up man. And Carolina coming with a blitz, and they take down Williams. Cedric Gray. You want to talk about one of the most physical players on this defense. You're looking at him right there.
Second charge timeout and a half. 30-second timeout.
And Carolina looking to tack on more here.
Yeah, so he's a tackling machine. Then he got speed, burst. He got speed and burst, y'all.
With the 106th pick in the 2024
See who the
NFL
Titans
Draft,
pick. See who they
the
pick.
Tennessee Titans select Cedric Gray,
Ah,
linebacker.
wow. We just looked at
UNC.
film on this man, too, man. Shit.
Cedric Gray didn't have
Fuck,
any Power
man.
5 college offers until Mac Brown took over at Carolina.
It worked out pretty well
Shit,
for
man,
Matt
we
Power
just-
Reese. This guy's got a lot of
fuck, man.
experience. 37 straight starts, 51 games played, and you
Damn, I just was looking at highlights of this
linebacker to
man,
check.
and they
He
picked
checked the
him,
ball
man.
over the
Fuck,
past 2
man.
seasons alone.
This is
He
the next best
accounted for
linebacker coming out,
6 forced
man.
fumbles, 5 interceptions. He was a sack artist as well.
Damn.
I think the reality of what Cedric Gray
Call that nigga eye, man.
I don't
See
know
what he
everything.
think about
Bryce
this
Sort of
shit,
seems to
man.
do everything at a pretty high level while
Fuck,
he finds
man.
himself in Tennessee right now.
Yeah, so you look at the box score in the paper.
Sorry,
He's
try
got
to still
everything.
out
He's
there,
got it
man. I
all,
don't even
man.
know
I
if
think
anybody.
he's so tough to block when he's coming downhill. When he sees the ball,
Spurs.
he uses that length exceptionally well to get off blockers.
What's going on,
He's like a
Spurs, man? I
throwback
got
a
you
little
on the
bit in
joint,
terms of
man.
a downhill
Fucking line.
gap filling.
Nothing. The
But he's
linebacker just got picked,
He's
man. The
smart.
linebacker
All
from
the
North
athletic
Carolina. He
ability
was the
to
next
handle
best
all the
linebacker.
things that we need a
Word.
modern linebacker to do. You mentioned sack production,
man.
pass rush production is there.
Try
And
to
then he's
still
got that
out
length
there,
to just
Spurs,
eliminate
man.
lanes in
Yeah,
the
try to
passing
still
game.
out there,
We're
man.
drafting big boys in
Try to
Tennessee.
undersize.
This is
Where he
another one at that middle
undersized.
linebacker
Word.
position.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Spurs. That's all I'm saying.
Tennessee
So they should have got the other boy. They like, I don't know, they like that boy. I don't know why. They like
there. Rank Carthon taking over.
You talking about the boy we drafted yesterday, right?
Yeah, they like that. I don't like that boy.
I told you, man. Jalix Hunt. They said
Giants have
that was
the
a
next
Fangio
seventh
pick,
here
man.
in the
You heard him
fourth
say that,
round,
right?
and the Giants selection will
No, I
come
didn't
to
hear him
us
say
from
that, but he
Germany.
ain't fucking up. They let that boy get too much power fast. This tight end look hard from Penn State, bro. Got a lot of size. I'm looking at this shit now, yo.
It was one of them tight ends that got drafted yesterday. That nigga was 6'4", 271 pounds. He,
Super Bowl champion Amani Toomer and our big blue
How about-
Germany fan crew.
Take it to
Here we go. With the
Man, he ran
107th
pretty
pick in the
fast.
2024 draft, the New York
He
Giants.
seems like he's
select
physical, bro. He like he can catch, yo.
tight end.
The Giants just got him, bro. Yeah, Giants just got him.
Theo Johnson.
This guy
Man,
has a
I'm looking at it now.
remarkable story. His mom was a victim
Motherfucking
of
Penn
an
State.
abusive
Nigga,
relationship.
man,
She
look
and her
good,
sons
bro.
were
Man, Penn
homeless
State boy
down the
look
line,
hard.
not far from where we sit. She ended up going to law
6'6",
school,
259.
becoming a lawyer, and Theo
Big
ran
bull.
her as an inspiration.
Big
Theo
bull,
Johnson
Spurs.
is a
Look like
talented
he catch, yo.
tight end.
Look like
He
he
is
do a
a
little
kid,
bit of everything,
6'6",
yo.
260 pounds. Length,
Who that we
4'5",
getting,
7
Spurs?
feet,
Who that we
39
getting out
vertical.
in that
That should
round?
make
I
you
don't
a
know,
first-round
Spur. I'm
draft
looking at the
choice,
best
Lou.
available,
The problem
man.
is, you think about even 2022. Did very
Looking at
little
best
exciting
available.
first
I
six games,
really don't
then
know.
the
Like,
later half of
I
the
don't
season,
know now,
25
Spurs.
plus
I'm
yard
lost
receptions
vicious,
in
Spurs.
6 of the last
I
7
don't know.
games.
They
Also
I
last
wanted that
with
wide
a
receiver from
6.4
Oregon.
yard
He
average.
went early.
Lacking.
You still got Jerry
Mhm.
Rice's son out there too, Brendan Rice. You can go out and get
Yeah,
Jerry
still got
Rice's
Jerry
son.
Rice son out there.
Go out and get him.
Talking about they like him. I heard it's still like, isn't he like a shifty guy, man? He's like a little small, shifty guy with
With
speed.
speed, yeah, we need speed. Spur.
Measurables.
We got enough physical guys now, Spurs. We got enough physical guys. Like I said, we got physical guys, a route runner, one bull got other bull, another physical bull we got from the Patriots. He tall, he jump back, he ain't all that fast. Campbell's fast, but I don't know how really fast he is. We need a young boy. They all of them 1 year deals. Though.
Yeah.
All of them 1 year. 6'3", Kareem J. He's a nice sized corner though.
I don't know who a speed demon, man. We need speed demon, Spur.
I don't know somebody with some speed.
I don't know who else would be a speed demon.
Or not even speed. Or Wes Walker type, I say, Spur.
Slot corner, right?
Yeah, slot corner. I mean, you only got to have super speed. The speed you can't catch ain't no good. I mean, you need like a slot, yo. And a backup running back. You need some offensive help, yo. Shorter tackles up, yo. There's been a lot of tackles, man. Took Spurs.
NFL draft. The
David Hicks, North Carolina.
Kyrie Jackson.
Who you want, Spur? Who you want, Spur?
I don't know. I don't want nobody. I don't know.
Oregon, and before that, Alabama, and before that, East Mississippi Community College last chance year, and before that, Harris Teeters when he didn't know if he even wanted to
I don't know
play football.
positions they need, though.
Exactly.
We need offensive line help. We need a younger running back because game on last year. Running back. We need a linebacker and we need a wide receiver.
2023 had 3 interceptions and 7.
What about you? What you think? What you think?
Consistency.
I think we should draft for need now, man. We need offensive lineman. We need offensive lineman, receiver, and running back.
5 tackles, 2 for loss, and 1.
Running back.
He had an interception.
Got a running back from Tennessee that's out there. I mean, Jalen Wright.
They got a running back from Alabama pretty good. I heard.
The skill set he has again. Will he
got power, but he got size and power.
Jace McClellan. That's his name. I'm looking at him now. Jace McClellan.
Yeah, he got a nice size running back. Got size and power. I mean,
Frank Gore Jr. Frank Gore Jr. out there too.
I don't know if he's polished, but I don't know how polished he is.
He's small though. He's 5'8", 201. 201. He's small.
Yeah. We ain't never bruises, bro.
We still have Jordan Travis. We still have Michael Pratt, and we are now entering the territory.
Yes, bro. I got you on the. You know, I got you on the screen too, right? You talking on the joint, yeah. I got your voice. Yeah, I got your voice on there already. I mean, you good. You recorded, swear. You live too. Had to get you some way. Had to get you one way, swear. It's all right, though. Go ahead, hit me back though, swear. You live though.
First,
You live though. You all right? You good, swear? You good? Don't worry about it. You all right?
International Fan of the Year. Thank you so much. Second, I would like.
I got you on the joint. You know what I mean, look. Got that nigga Ive on the joint. You know what I mean?
My passion, my second love.
Got your picture on the joint. You're gonna be on YouTube later, swear. I got your picture up on the joint, man.
30 years ago. And fourth, greetings to the Atlanta Falcons Germany fan club.
Go ahead, swear. I'll get back with you, swear. Special guest Ivan Horn, man. Special guest, man. He called in.
With the 109th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft,
oh, shit.
The Atlanta Falcons select Brandon Dorers, defensive end, Oregon. Let's go!
It's like a duck palooza all of a sudden on Saturday. It's the third Oregon Duck taken today already.
Yeah, well, that was a heck of a program up there. That's why. Brandon Dorless is physical. He's got those big, strong hands, but what is he? Is he going to put on some weight and be a 3 technique? Is he going to lose a little bit of weight and be a defensive end? I think that's the biggest question. Raheem Morris, I'm sure, has a plan. You look at what Grady Jarrett has been.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kind of that tweener body.
I don't know, but I'm going to show y'all who the Eagles picked yesterday. Yesterday we traded up. We traded 50 and 53 to move up. And we got Cooper DeJean, as y'all see. Cooper DeJean, the Swiss Army knife. You know, we're going to look at highlights of Cooper DeJean, man. We're going to look at highlights of the guys we actually got instead of looking at highlights of the guys we don't got. You know what I'm saying? Cooper DeJean highlights. We're going to look at a little bit, because we looked at his shit yesterday. So we're going to look at a little bit more of his situation of what's going on and all that. So Swiss Army, Mr. Swiss Army knife. Bang, 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 bang. You know what I'm saying?
By Cooper DeJean, well short of the line to gain. We're also expecting rain to start in the third quarter. Deckers going for the end zone.
You see what I'm saying? Like, he was on some shit. He was on some shit.
For the Cyclones with an absolutely crucial
Coop was definitely on some shit.
Coverage and the
Mr. Swiss Army knife.
Secondary for the
You feel what I'm saying? Like Mr. Swiss Army knife. He can play slot. He can play outside. He can play safety. He can play linebacker. He's a football player, man. And he can even punt return, man. We need football players, man. Look at his speed. Look at his closing speed, man. Came out of nowhere. Where the fuck he come from? Where did he come from? Where did he come from? Snapping on niggas, man. Snapping on niggas, man.
Youngblood, the man in motion. Simon feels the pressure. Hit as he throws.
He looked like a receiver picking that off.
Cooper DeJean, and he's got some space in front. DeJean still on his feet.
Skip a little bit. Skip a little bit of that. He got a lot of highlights. He play a lot of football, man. Look at that. Pick. Easy. Easy money. Easy pick. Pick 6. Easy money. Easy money.
You're going to see DeJean working on the outside.
Easy money.
They try to run an arrow route on him. Not a bad route by Bell, but
Traded up to get him, man. Because he definitely would have went. We had to trade up and get him. He's just too athletic, man. He's a football player. Like, he's a weapon on defense. You could put him anywhere. His comparison is Malcolm Jenkins. What? Malcolm Jenkins.
4 defensive touchdowns this year, 2 pick sixes, 2 fumble returns. Frustration setting in. Not
You know what I'm
really
saying?
stepping into these throws either.
You
DG
know what I'm saying? Like,
fields the punt at the 12, eludes one tackle, cuts it back up inside and out past the 25 to the 28-yard line. Correndo trying to find the outside. Is Cooper DeJean everywhere to get this team going? We'll see what Iowa does. They blocked the punt already. Winovich run into a bit there. Here's DeJean.
look at this. On a punt return. Like, on a punt return.
Down to the
You know what I'm saying? Like, he could do a little bit of everything, man.
make plays. Cooper DeJean.
Like I said, this man is a Swiss Army knife. He could do it all.
Chocolate raspberry bar.
On Thursday, perhaps the most surprising moment of the early part of the draft was when the Falcons, after signing Kirk Cousins in the offseason, went for Washington.
We back, y'all, man.
Michael Penix Jr.
With the 8th pick,
Eagles
the
pick at
Atlanta
120.
Falcons select Michael Penix Jr.
Good for wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
If you believe in a quarterback, you have to take him. And if he sits for 4 or 5 years, that's a great problem to have. Kirk is our quarterback, but adding Michael Penix is thinking about the future.
And we're happy to be joined by Terry Fontenot, the general manager of the Atlanta Falcons. Terry, as you look at this, and people have talked about it almost endlessly since you guys made the selection, what pause did you have about making a pick for a quarterback after investing as much money as the team did in Kirk Cousins?
No pause at all. No pause at all. We're very excited. When we headed into the offseason, we knew we had to get that quarterback position right. It's the most important position in pro sports. And so we had to get it right. We made a major investment in Kirk Cousins. Couldn't be more excited about what he's been since he's been here. And then we have an opportunity to draft. We're not going to be picking that high moving forward. So it was a unique opportunity, and a player was sitting there that we believe in. We have a lot of conviction in him. We love the player and what he's going to be for us. So we have our quarterback for now, and we have our quarterback for the future. We couldn't be more excited.
How do you envision the timeline going? I mean, Michael is a little bit older than some of the other quarterbacks in this draft. I mean, and Kirk still has plenty of mileage left, one would surmise. How do you envision the timeline going in terms of trying to develop Michael Penix?
Well, we don't have a crystal ball. We don't know how it can go. It'll be a great problem to have if we're winning a bunch of games 3-4 years from now, and Kirk's still playing at a high level, and we have Michael Penix chomping at the bit. That'll be a great problem to have. So, but look, we've when you've been in this business and you know how it works, you have to have good quarterbacks to win games. And again, we have our quarterback for now, and we have our quarterback for the future. So we're very excited.
Now, we know these two guys, and certainly you know them now as well as anyone. A lot of times at this position, though, there can be some strife. There can be some animosity. What gives you confidence that these two guys can work together well and effectively for the good of the team?
I see at the bottom of the screen, Eagles fourth round draft picks, number 120, 123, and 132. One of these two draft picks get traded. Will we trade up or will we trade back?
But it's what he brings.
Still got Jeremiah Trotter Jr. still on the board. He's still available. Jeremiah Trotter Jr. is still available. I want to go out and get a homegrown player.
The consummate pro, the way he prepares, the way he does things. Penix will
Go up
be able
and
to
get
do
him.
those things. And again,
Still got Brendan Rice. He's on the board.
Makeup and everything.
Jerry Rice's son. He's on the board.
Great young man.
Our receiver, USC, 6'2", 208. Still got him for a slot receiver or whatever. I think personally we need speed. That's what I think. I think we need speed, man, to go on the slot.
defensive help, particularly pass
Got a
rushers
center
up
from
front
Georgia.
in
He's
the first
6'4",
round. Maybe you didn't do it
298.
on Thursday night.
Cedric
But
Van
since then, you
Granger.
brought in some people. What do you think about what you guys have been able to do on the defensive side since that opening night?
Cedric Van Granger. He's a center from Georgia. He's 6'4", 298. 6'4", 298.
And so
He could be a
we're very
backup
excited
center
to be able
for
to get,
Jurgens because we don't have no
to be
backup
able to
center
get
right now.
Root,
Kelsey
also,
retired.
we just
Jurgens is
drafted,
sliding over to the
a
left.
pass rusher from
From
Oregon
right
that
guard
we're
to
really
center.
excited about. And then
So
Price
Eagles could
out
go
of
left
University of
guard.
Washington,
I mean,
power rusher
Eagles
coming
could
off
go
the edge.
center
So
or
we're
guard.
on our front, and
You know,
we're
for
really
depth.
excited about it.
We got another center from Wisconsin, Tanner Bartolini, 6'4", 303, Wisconsin.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
General manager of the Atlanta Falcons.
Got a
Terry
linebacker
Fontenot,
from
whether
Mississippi
you agree
State,
or
Nathaniel
disagree,
Watson. He's
say one
6'2",
thing about the Falcons and
233.
that pick of Penix. They
We still
weren't
got some
scared.
guys with size on the
Draft
board.
continues on Saturday.
We got a tight end, Tanner McLachlan, 6'5", 244. Need a backup tight end as well. Need a backup tight end.
AT&T just sent me a heads up on the best.
Johnny Wilson, 6'6",
They know what a
231.
pro wants. What a pro
Is he,
means.
is he speed? He just look like he's
Set you free.
size.
And I'm thanking you for.
Let's see if he got speed. What's his name? Johnny Wilson. Check him out.
The future of your business is here. With Wix, you get advanced.
And this for all those cats that I was balling with. Saying rap ain't fit for college shit for me.
6'7", 237. Jeez, this boy's huge.
Tonight I'm gonna party with the people that believe.
Right now trying to defend deep in their own territory. Benson on the fake. Into the end zone. Touchdown. Wilson. Johnny Wilson. Right on time.
Jordan Travis up the sideline.
Got hands though. He got hands.
A hands catch by Johnny Wilson, and they're all the way out to their own 45. Wow, what a catch!
Right now, they need to regret.
Now this would be a pick I'll experiment on. You got a 6'6", 6'7", 230-something pound receiver, and you could also put him as tight end as well. But he's playing on the outside.
Holmes in the flat.
Use him on special teams. You could use him as a blocker to block for guys. You could use him in different ways. Right here, they're using him as blocking. He big as shit. Ain't nobody going around this guy. 6'7", 230.
Lowers his shoulder and dives for a touchdown as Florida State strikes back.
That's him in motion. Number 6.
He don't look that fast, though.
Travis on the blitz. Got it off.
He don't look that fast, but he gets separation.
Wilson. His second one.
With Lawrence Toafili, the running back, a play fake, a deep shot. Wilson behind the defense has the catch. And if that throw had been just a little longer, he might have gone even further. A 40-yard completion on the first play of the half. And Florida State's done very well in the portal. Back shoulder throw, caught. Johnny Wilson.
Yeah, so he got the size. He got the size. He got the size. So.
Yeah. This game's other countries. The whole world watching. Let's go.
Got him as 13th best player available.
The 135th pick, Dallas Cowboys select Dak Prescott.
Quarterback that was taken. Oh no, that's fucking Sack Prescott.
Prescott in the gun into the 10 for the 5 to the end zone. That is a Thanksgiving play to remember. Dak into the end zone and a record-setting mark for Dak Prescott. Looking down the field, Lamb, victory! Prescott, touchdown. The pass wide open, touchdown Lamb. Dak Prescott has had a fantastic night.
Number 4, certainly among the great fourth-round gems. about John Stallworth in the Hall of Fame, Steve Largent, all the receivers that you can pick up in this round. Andre Reed, Charles
So I'm
Higgins,
looking at some
Cam
comments.
Newton, Max Crosby. Still getting it done for the Raiders.
I'm looking at comments.
So a
Guys
lot of-
want Brendan Rice
here in the
and
fourth round.
Jeremiah Trotter Jr. with the next 2 picks.
Get some stars. Teams hope that some of these
So they want
guys
those 2
will
guys
at
with the
least
next 2
approach the
picks.
level of those stalwarts that we just saw. The most
I honestly think we're going to get a lineman
selection
for our next pick.
was Tez Walker from North Carolina going to the Raiders. Mel.
The Ravens got to like him, Reese. Think about what we get here with your Lamar Jackson. You're going to get a receiver who is 6'1.5", but plays a lot taller with those long arms, 193 pounds, ran 4.36, vertical over 40 inches. Now, he was at Kent State. He was a dynamic player. He had 63 receptions. Talking about a guy over 1,000 receiving yards, 13 touchdowns over those 2 seasons. See him here against the Georgia Bulldogs. He's off to the races. He ends up going to North Carolina. He's going to be the guy, right? Josh Downs moved on to the NFL. He was Drake May's top target. The NCAA said, no, you're going to have to wait. The frustration, the disappointment, have to sit out games. Then he's available mid-season, plays in 8 games, starting 6, 41 catches, 700 yards, 7 touchdowns. He had some great games. Miami of Florida, 6 catches, 132 yards, 3 touchdowns. 11 catches against Virginia, 7 against Duke. This kid can go get the football. He's got, let's say, run after catch ability, tracks the deep ball very well. Route running could be a little bit better at times. Bottom line is, throw it up, he'll get it. Had another year at North Carolina, one more year, maybe even a full year at North Carolina. It was denied by the NCAA. He would have gone much higher, Lou.
Yeah, he had a strange Senior Bowl. Remember? I mean, he just couldn't seem to finish on plays. He kept dropping the football. I'm going, that did not show up on tape at all. But he is a fantastic prospect.
Now, let me clean that up. I think I said Raiders. They picked a Richardson, Cameron Richardson from Mississippi State before that. Walker's going to the Ravens. Jaguars taking offensive lineman from Missouri, Javon Foster.
Yeah, this man is huge, Reese. He's got nearly 35-inch arms. He's got a nearly 84-inch wingspan and a ton of experience as well. 41 starts over the past 4 seasons, 39 consecutive at Missouri at left tackle. Now, the question marks for Javon Foster is going to have to answer. He's already 24 years old. By the way, he's a Michigan kid. I'm sure he's real happy to hear his name called in his home city. Not a great athlete here. A little heavy-footed sometimes. That length allows him to compensate for it, but when it does not, a little bit of a catcher in pass protection. Doesn't necessarily always anchor as well as you might think a guy of that size does. Puts on a little bit extra strength. Maybe finds a way to speed those feet up a little bit, and the Jaguars have a little bit more fortification for Trevor Lawrence.
And another connection to the state of Michigan, former Wolverine tight end turned Iowa tight end Eric All goes to the Bengals.
Yeah, it's all been about the injury history with him. Had an ACL in October of 24. This year with Iowa, had back issues at Michigan, but in the 7 games that he played this year for Iowa, 21 receptions, averaged 14.2 yards per reception. And this guy, if he's healthy, you have the next George Kittle type of tight end. He is that ferocious in the run game, whether it's blocking in line or coming across the formation on those sift blocks that you see tight ends execute all the time. He is quick out of the break. He has home run speed. He can run after the catch. I mean, you're going to see him here on this tight end screen. Just watch the number of tackles that he breaks. I mean, he's just that kind of guy who can take the ball in his hands and go 50, 60 yards. If they can keep him healthy, they have hit a home run here in the 4th round, which is typically considered the boom or bust round. You will get a boom with Eric All.
And you know what? We just set television history. I believe we showed every completed pass that Iowa had last.
Too soon. The only touchdown as well.
The only one they had all year. I'm sorry, Hawkeyes. It's just a joke.
I don't know why. I feel like the Eagles gonna trade back. That's just something Howie always do. He always trade around, fuck around, trade one of them 4th round picks and get like 4th or 5th next year, or some shit like that. Howie always do shit like that. I ain't putting it past him at all.
That's why when you
I'm not putting that shit past him at all.
You earn bonus points.
You feel me? That's just Howie Roseman for you, man. See, this is the pick that everybody was scratching their heads on. Jalix Hunt. He went to a small school. He's a developmental guy. This is a Vic Fangio pick. I was scratching my head yesterday too when we picked him up yesterday because I feel like you reach for him. It was better guys on the board. As far as the linebacker from North Carolina, was it North Carolina State? Peyton Wilson. That's his name, Peyton Wilson. You had some other guys on the board that actually had film on them. This guy doesn't really have film on him. I was trying to look up film on this guy. He really doesn't have like explosive film. But the little bit of film he does have, he definitely looked like a potential guy. But you just don't know. You just got to develop this guy. He got the size and the height. But he just one of them guys that you're going to have to mold and hope and pray that he turns out pretty good, because drafting a no-name guy at a no-name school in the third round is high. That's very high, because third round picks is valuable in this league. Third round picks is super valuable. So I don't know. We're gonna keep our eyes on this pick for the next couple years, man. I don't know. I don't know about this pick so much. I question Howie on this pick. But listen, like I said, this was a Vic Fangio pick, and we're gonna see how this turns out in the next couple years. We ain't gonna even know how he look in the we're gonna probably get glimpses of him in the preseason, but I mean, if he come out and ball, he fuck around and get rotational minutes, because we gonna be rotating our linemen anyway. If he come out and end up making the team, and he's pretty good, he's gonna play. So if he come out and ball, he could play this year. So you never know. You never know. But I ain't gonna give up on him. He a young guy. We drafted him. Hopefully he could be pretty all right. If not solid, he don't gotta be a star, but shit, if he be a star, shit, I'll take that too. Well, if he come out and be solid, then I love it. So we gonna see. Eagles about to pick too, man. Pick us in. We on the clock, man. So I want to see who we pick. I want to see who we pick and all that.
The LSU guys, Brian Thomas, Mason Smith, and now Jordan Jefferson going to the Jaguars. Big center from Wisconsin, Tanner Bortolini, headed to the Colts.
Yeah, this is a very, very good athlete. Has started all 5 positions on the offensive line and played all 5 positions on the offensive line during his time at Wisconsin playing center just this past year. It's the athleticism. It's the snap and set quickness. You can see it. It's lightning fast. Only thing that happens here when we're just talking about pass pro, since that's what you saw on the screen, it's ducking his head, getting up on his toes. He'll get quick swing moves thrown on him over and over again. And you saw he struggled a little bit with that against Nebraska. But as far as zone blocking schemes, the wide zone, this guy can reach. He can reach a one technique without any problem whatsoever. He can get to the second level without any problem.
Well, let's see if the Eagles trade back.
And he can redirect and pass.
Eagles are on the clock. Let's see if they trade back. You know what I'm saying? Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock with the 120 pick. And then we pick again at 123.
1.6 the fastest time ever for a center at the NFL scouting combine. You know whose record he beat? Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. We traded back, y'all. The Eagles have traded 120 for a 2025 third round pick. So we gotta. I just said that we was gonna trade back. That's just what they do, man. That's just how he do. Like, he just gonna stockpile picks for next year. That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really too mad at that, because we got 2 more picks coming up. We're gonna trade back a couple more. Well, we ain't trade back. We traded out. We traded for next year. We got a 2025 third pick, because we got too many picks. We ain't gonna use all these draft picks. We traded 120 for a 2025 third round pick. So we traded a 4th round pick for next year. We traded a 4th round pick for next year's 3rd round pick. So now next year we got 2 3rd round picks. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. And we up next at 123. We picking at 123.
They got some length. They get them their fingertips on those balls. So Tyrese Knight.
Eagles always do that. Eagles always. Ain't nobody really been trading like that. Eagles always trade back.
Game to a completely new level at UTEP. You know, Dana Demel's been around for a long time. Head coach at UTEP said he's the best backer he's ever been around.
Some people some people hate trading back, man. You got to trade back. It got to be the right. It got to make sense to trade back. It got to make sense to trade up. We done traded back like a lot of times already.
The past 4 years for the South Dakota State Jackrabbits, of course, the dominant program at the FCS level over the past 2 seasons. This guy's got some serious power. He's got some serious finish to him, Matt.
Traded pick to Miami, so let's see who Miami picked.
This is my dude. I love the Jackrabbits. Their running back, from Joplin Moe going to get picked a little bit later. Mason McCormick, 1,600 snaps in college, didn't take one of them at center, but then he goes to the Shrine Bowl at Frisco, Texas, takes snaps at center, and NFL teams love that. You mentioned it, Field. My goodness, the power at the point of attack. He's a people mover. That's what he does, but the agility is fantastic. I don't want to overhype a fourth-round pick, give people expectations that aren't there, but I think he has starting chops
Pittsburgh's
in the
picked
NFL.
another
We've
guard.
seen the Steelers
They got three
the
linemen.
offensive line. I'm telling you, Mason
Damn.
McCormick, whether it be guard or center,
Loading up on
he has
line,
the
yo.
ability to be a starter. And look at the interior that they built here. My goodness, the Steelers are cooking.
Tano Strong, Frazier from nearby West Virginia, Peyton Wilson, if not for the injuries, probably would have been drafted much higher. Steelers getting some work done here in Detroit.
Pittsburgh having a good draft, man. I can't even lie.
Warning, don't do this. The ifs are coming.
Hey, Cal.
He got in my mouth. On May 17th.
We help ifs find new kids.
Or we just disappear.
Ooh, ow.
Stop. They're wild.
Really bend those knees, ladies.
You want to cover that up? They're crazy. You have no idea how true that statement is. They're turning our world upside down. Oh. If.
Put some pants on. You're freaking everyone out.
May 17th.
Come on, let's go.
Dreammate is someone that believes in you before you believe in yourself. You gotta push through, bro. You paved the way for me. That's how you're my dreammate, bro. Yes, sir.
Behind every dream, there's a dreammate who helped make it possible.
Hey, man. You like Dr. Pepper?
And its unique blend of 23 flavors.
It's a pepper thing.
Excuse me, would you mind taking a picture of us?
Oh, no problem.
Thanks.
Yes, problem. You need Verizon. Trade in that old thing and get a new iPhone 15 Pro with tons of storage, so you can take all the pics. So many selfies.
A preposterous amount of panos.
That means panoramic. And as many portraits of me as your heart desires.
How about none?
None feels right.
Trade in any iPhone in any condition and get iPhone 15 Pro on us. Only on Verizon.
Welcome to the new PetSmart Treats Rewards. Collect points with every purchase. And right now, buy 2 dog treats or chews and get the third 50% off. PetSmart, anything for pets.
Sometimes I'm miles away from my next stop when my tires need a refill.
Everyone in my family has an Airmoto now, so we're all prepared.
The Airmoto is a game changer.
I keep my Airmoto in my glove compartment, so it's always there.
Visit getairmoto.com.
Introducing the Core Collection from Diori, featuring the ultra soft, lightweight core short and jogger, both with a breathable boxer brief liner that ensures all-day comfort. Constructed with performance stretch fabric for ultimate freedom of movement and moisture-wicking technology that keeps you fresh during the toughest workouts. Basically, it's magic. Go commando in confidence with the Core Collection from Diori.
Let your feet take you wherever your spirit wants to go. The redesigned Hurricane helps you navigate any surface so it truly stands alone. Move forward with confidence at hurricane.com.
We're waiting the 20th pick this Saturday, 20th pick of the 4th round. The Miami Dolphins will be making that selection. Up to this point, a little over an hour into this draft, here are some of the recent picks. The most recent one, Mason McCormick out of South Dakota State, offensive lineman, continuing to bolster.
Get the best available
in the trenches. And now the Miami Dolphins, fastest team in the NFL. The pick is in to see who's going to join Tua and company.
Hello, Detroit Rock City! Thank you so much to the Miami Dolphins, and thank you, Dolphins Nation Mexico!
The Philadelphia Eagles have traded the 120 pick to the Miami Dolphins. With the 120 pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Jalen Wright, running back, Tennessee.
Well,
The
of
next
course
best
they
running
did,
back on
because
the board.
nobody in
Keep
college
going.
football had more 70-yard touchdown runs over the last 2 years than Jalen Wright. They have a third-round pick next year to move up. They weren't going to pick until the end of the fifth round. Jalen Wright, people say, well, Josh Heupel's offense did that. They spread everybody out. Defense had that soft belly. Baloney. Jalen Wright is a guy who has burst, the frame at 5'10 and a quarter, 210 pounds, leg drive balance. He breaks contact. Talk about slippery contact balance, outstanding. Patient runner. Talk about hitting home runs. 52-yard run against Kentucky, 82-yard run against Connecticut, a 75-yard run against Georgia, and a 42-yard run against USC. 7 receptions against Alabama. He was contained as a runner in this game. He gets a little crack. He is gone, Race.
Which leg of the 4x100 team for the Dolphins would Jalen run?
He's third. Yeah, he's the anchor third. Yeah. Oh, he's not the anchor. No, that's Tyreek's.
I don't know. A-Chain.
He might be in there too.
Let's go to Germany, Seahawks fit.
Hello aus Deutschland. We are coming to you live from the beautiful Borussia Dortmund Stadium with the yellow wall in the back. I'm former striker from Borussia Dortmund, World Cup winner and Champions League winner, Karl-Heinz Riedle.
And I'm Marcel Schmelzer, former BBB left back and two-time champion. We are very delighted to announce the Seahawk next pick for 12s everywhere.
With the 121st pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, the Seattle Seahawks select.
Don't trade 123, man.
Tight end, Michigan.
Go Hawks!
That is a popular pick here. He, of course, transferred from Indiana. J.J. McCarthy said he was going to be a surprise guy in the NFL as a tight end.
Yeah, he's been a surprise ever since he went to Indiana. He was a 5'8", 150-pound quarterback as a freshman in high school. Obviously, he's grown into his frame a little bit. This is an inline tight end who didn't have a ton of pass-catching opportunities at Michigan. We've talked about this for months. They did not throw the ball a ton. When they did, it was to run.
Yeah, we traded again, y'all.
Out wide. But Barner has a lot of upside at this position. He's going to pair great with Noah Fant, who's more of
We traded again, y'all. The Eagles breaking news. Eagles have traded back from 123 with the Texans for pick 127. So we traded back 3 spots. 4 spots. And a 2025 5th-round pick.
And outside linebackers in the run game.
Chicago Bears made 2 of the first 9 picks in the draft. Here is their final one, just the 4th overall. And see the Seahawks selection.
So we traded back twice.
Recently, the Bears.
We traded now. I got to update that. We traded 123, pick 2, Texans.
Can you hear anything? Because I can't. It is an honor and a privilege to be making this selection for the best team in the NFC North. The best team in the NFC.
For
the best team
2025
in the Bears.
5th-round pick.
Shout out to all the UK Bears fans. With the 122nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, our Chicago Bears select Torrey Taylor, Hunter, Iowa. Bear down!
First specialist taken in this draft. Where's my guy, Pat McAfee? I think he called him an alien. He loves this dude, Mel.
Corey Taylor.
We got the first punter off the board.
Because they are going to play defense. They want a flip field position, and he can change the game. Look at this, these punts. I mean, this kid can boom the football. We're talking about hang time as well. I mean, he just drives it almost the length of the field. This is pretty amazing. This is a team that had great defensive players over the years.
So we traded 123,
Campbell, Riley Moss,
Traded
now
back
Cooper
from
DeJean. Watch
123.
here. This is consistent on a regular basis. He is just unbelievable leg strength. Talk about what the late great Ray Guy meant to the NFL and to the Raiders. This is the kind of guy, critical entity. When you talk about the NFL and close games, field position, such a key component to winning these games. It all come down to the late stages of the fourth quarter field. He will be a pivotal player. People say it's too high in the fourth round. Kid like this, number one punter on my board, makes sense.
Hey, it's the last pick they currently have right now. So if you don't get him now, you may not get him whatsoever. That's probably the reason why the Bears said, let's pull the trigger at 122.
Weather's not going to bother him there, too. He's shown he can do it in the Midwest, doing it there. Let's go back.
So we traded back again, and we stockpiling picks for next year. We grabbed the third round pick for next year, and we got a 5th round pick for next year, and we only moved back 4 spots.
What's up, brothers? How we doing? Make some noise! Come on! This is football! Come on! The Philadelphia Eagles have traded the 123rd pick to the Houston Texans. With the 123rd pick of the NFL draft, the Houston Texans select Cade Stover, tight end, Ohio State.
Farmer Gronk, as they call him at Ohio State, getting a Michigan-type reception. Think C.J. Stroud might be happy about this, too. He knows him a little bit.
Yeah, they've connected. I love it. Cade Stover, I love the Farmer Gronk reference because if you talk to anyone at Ohio State, that's the first thing they mention. An excellent worker. And again, you mentioned the familiarity with C.J. Stroud's going to be huge. I thought they could have got him the ball more this past year when they had the quarterback change to make it easy on Kyle McCord. They didn't. But he can move all throughout the offense. 0 drops in 2023. Now, is he a great run blocker? No, but he's great at reading the quarterback, at option routes, and making himself a target for a quarterback that's maybe struggling and scrambling on the move. 25 starts at Ohio State, the 2023 Big Ten tight end of the year. This guy, I talked to him at his pro day. So what are you going to do after football? He's like, I just want to go home and grow some crops, man. All he wants to do is play football and farm. So he's going to scope out some farmland in the Houston suburbs, I'm sure.
5th tight end taken in this round.
You combine him with Dalton Schultz down there in Houston, Stephon Diggs. They have got some absolute weapons now for Bobby Slowick to work with. Look out for the Houston Texans in 2024.
I had to look out for him in 2023. That's
true, too.
They're building something
That's
there.
Right.
Lowe's knows the only thing that works as hard as pros
is our rewards program for pros.
That's why when you stock up on the many items you need, you earn bonus points to get the stuff you want. Join MVP's Pro Rewards and start earning today. You got this. We got you.
Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power, brings you the Select Cut mower, built to exceed the
Trotter Jr. is still out there, y'all. Trotter Jr. is still out there. I feel like he's going to get picked soon, man. I feel like he's going to get picked very, very soon by one of these teams.
Online tools help customize
The 49ers, Tampa Bay, or the
Science-driven
Jets.
expertise ensures your custom nutrient-rich treatment works to deliver a greener, healthier lawn. And it's all backed by the True Green
Still got
guarantee.
Jerry Rice son out
Our
there too,
experts
man.
will make sure you're happy with your lawn.
Come on, Howie, get it right. We traded
It's time
back
to
twice.
trust your
We got to
experts at
turn a
True Green.
4th round pick
Go
this
online
year
to
to a
get
3rd round
50%
pick
off
next
your
year.
first application.
We turned a
Are you
4th round
certain
pick.
you're fit?
Sure.
Are you
Traded back a couple
certain?
spots, and we got a 5th round for next year. So we stockpiling picks for 2025. Stockpiling picks for 2025, y'all.
At 4imprint.com.
We are stockpiling picks for 2025. Howie, stockpiling picks.
Nobody. And now you don't have to. Introducing PXG's new
Come on,
Black
believe in Howie, y'all. Believe in Howie. Believe in Howie.
Massive distance gains. Learn more.
Tony right. You got to believe in Howie, man. Believe in Howie.
You're watching the 2024 NFL Draft, presented by Courtyard by Marriott.
Getting late in the 4th round, time to look at Mel's best available, brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott.
Yeah, quarterback that I was very high on. Obviously, there's mixed opinions from on TJ Tampa. Bottom line is a former receiver who has his kind of ball skills and the awareness, the anticipation, and coverage still here in the fourth round is amazing to me. Muhammad Kamara is a situational pass rusher. The ability to get that leverage, those tall offensive tackles will not be able to handle him in a rotation coming off the edge. Jay Hicks, the versatility, the athleticism, he showed he's become a more consistent tackler, though. That's the reason why he's still here in round 4. Jared Wiley can stretch that deep middle. He is a tough football player. The guy, one of my favorites, an overachiever. All he did was produce results off the edge at Washington State. Brennan Jackson, that motor never stops. The players there rave about what he meant to that team, galvanizing, keeping them ready to go, getting them ready for practice, getting there early, leaving late. That's Brennan Jackson. That kid is all about football.
The Buccaneers about to make a selection. In fact, San Francisco just made a pick. Malik Mustafa, safety from Wake Forest, the latest to go off the board. Well, we have just a few seconds here. All the drafts you've done, you know this is the longest stretch without a quarterback being taken. Haven't had a quarterback taken since Bo Nix went 12th to Denver in the 7th-round draft.
Well, you're talking about Spencer Rattler, South Carolina, and Michael Pratt from Tulane would be 2 quarterbacks you would figure. We thought even Spencer Rattler maybe late 2nd, early to mid-3rd. Michael Pratt was in that 4th, 5th round mix.
All right, so the Buccaneers about to make a selection, the 25th of this 4th round. And for their pick, let's go to Germany. Hear from the Bucs.
Hello from Hamburg. As the founders of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Supporters Club in Germany, we are proud to announce the newest member of the crew. With the 125th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Bucky Irving, running back, Oregon. Willkommen zur Crew! Go!
Basically, every duck this side of Kenny Wheatley and Jeremiah Masoli has been picked so far on Saturday. And Bucky Irving, Dan Lanning says, I have 3 sons. I hope they grow up to be like Bucky Irving.
Yeah, this dude is a smaller running back who was an honorary tight end. It's what the Ducks labeled him as. He would go to the tight end meeting so he could be better in pass pro, and that's where he impacts the game. He's got that low center of gravity. He's got speed to run away from you. But what we saw from him is a pass catcher. 56 catches last year, led all running backs in the FBS. So he's your guy, swing routes, screen game. That's where you want to get him involved. But he has the ability to kind of hide behind his blockers a little bit. He can scoop. When he gets to the corner, the speed is there on tape to run away. Now, you're wondering, why is he available at this point in the 4th round? The athletic testing for him in the pre-draft process was just not great, but he doesn't fumble. 1 fumble in 486 carries in college. So I think Tampa's getting somebody to be a very good complementary back to the great Rashad White that they have there.
Bucky Irving started his career at Minnesota and then made the move. And if Baker Mayfield settled in there, that'll help on the offensive lines and help on defense in a couple of weapons.
Jalen McMillan, I think one of the more underrated wide receivers in this draft. Kid who runs good routes, catches the football, does everything you want in a wide receiver. Tyke Smith certainly will have an impact, Lou. I know you like him a lot.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Tyke Smith, of course, and Graham Barton, that #1 pick. Graham Barton's going to be an all-pro. That guy is going to be a beast as a center or guard. Although he played tackle, he can play any position on the offensive line, but he will be an all-pro at offensive center.
Yeah, he had some snaps at center for Duke back in the day, so it's easy to see him making that transition. And again, they've really filled this offensive line. They signed Ben Bredesen as a free agent to play that left guard spot. We saw how great did Tristan Wirfs do last year, switching from the right side to the left side. One of the harder things in football to do. He was an all-pro caliber player, so I love what Tampa's doing. You mentioned Jalen McMillan. You got 2 savvy veterans, but you're starting to think about the future with he and Trey Palmer at wide receiver. You got 2 great deep threats, making the job very, very easy for Baker Mayfield, giving him more answers.
You sense a little buzz coming through this area? That's because the Lions traded up to get the next pick, number 126 overall. So far, what they've done is take a couple of cornerbacks, Terrion Arnold from Alabama in the 1st round. And then
Come on, Eagles, don't trade back again, man.
Drake Straw from Missouri So they've helped that pass defense, which gave up a lot of big plays. And this city has been electrified by the Lions, who won
Get
a
somebody.
playoff
Trotter
game
Jr. out
this
there,
season,
Brendan
this
Rice
past
out
season for
there.
the first time since the early 90s.
And we got a
Very
tackle,
close to the
Christian
Super
Jones
Bowl,
out
and they
there.
think they're right on the cusp of something special.
You have to love what Brad Holmes is doing here in combination with Dan Campbell and the
No
rest
edge,
of the
won't need no
staff.
safety.
Terry and Arnold just as smooth as can be.
Our
If he's
receivers
ran
out
4.3,
there.
He may have been the first cornerback off
Another
the board.
center out there from Georgia.
Tell me something that he
Cedric
doesn't
Van
do well.
Pran Granger.
Him and Chris Abrams drain. Look, I'm surprised.
Got some
they
guys out
completed
here,
any
man.
passes against Missouri's defensive backs, because those two
Running back,
are absolutely
Ray
shut
Davis.
down and very well rounded. And Aaron Glenn now has some nice pieces to work with in the
Kentucky.
back end, which
Guys out there, best available.
Defend balls outside the numbers at the cornerback position.
Yeah, you turn to the LSU tape. They threw it in a straight show one time, and they said, "Yeah, we're not going to do that again." They stayed completely away from him. LSU didn't stay away from anyone with those wide receivers and with Jaden Daniels. I thought before the injury stuff with Rakestraw, the core muscle injury, and the poor time at the scouting combine, I thought he had first-round tape just because of how physical he was at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Casual Saturday in the Lions
I'll
draft
say,
room.
is that an 89 Dan Campbell jersey they're rocking right there? How great is that? It sure is. That is awesome. Love the camaraderie within that draft room. By the way, I know that Rakestraw, as Matt just alluded to, like kind of a pedestrian 40 time at the combine. Teams now use this GPS tracking data who's faster on tape. And as far as I'm concerned, I want guys that run fast on the football field, not in T-shirt and shorts during the combine.
Or jerseys and sweats.
Or you want a guy like Xavier Legette who runs fast at the combine and can actually blaze it on tape as well. Who, look, if you're Carolina right now and you're Bryce Young, and I know they're not on the clock, but if you're Bryce Young, you're sitting there going, and I may have got A.J. Brown Jr. right here. I built just like it.
I saw Lewis look at Xavier Legette.
I don't know about no A.J. Brown Jr., man. Size-wise, but I don't know about talent.
He was looking at me like,
As they reaching, saying that. They reaching, man. A.J. Brown Jr.? I wouldn't say that.
You were just happy
It's a
you
big
didn't have
statement,
tackle
man.
receivers that looked like that back in the day.
Yeah, no doubt.
What do you think the Lions should do here, Mel?
When you think about this football team, the defensive side, they have that wide receiver on the offensive side. Had some drops, cost Jared Goff. Think about an edge, help Aiden Hutchinson out a little bit. There's a lot of pressure on Aiden. He did a heck of a job 2 years back to back. They have not been able to slow him down. You added the cornerbacks you need. Now you go to the offensive side. They added some veterans in terms of the offensive line. You're set at the bookend tackle spot. Added the kid Zeitler. Now you think about maybe another wide receiver or go to the opposite side of Hutchinson and try to help him with an edge rusher. There's a couple guys now that you look at that are coming down the board a little bit, Field. And Matt, you think about, can you get that steal? Can you move up? Think about what Miami did, giving up a pick next year to get Jalen Wright. You target a guy in this draft, there's about 10 to 12 guys that are probably value picks that we thought would be gone maybe second or third round.
I'm looking at my best available, Austin Booker from Kansas sitting on the board. We know how much they would love to find some speed opposite Aiden Hutchinson. They had that 2 years ago with James Houston. Didn't follow it up this year. So I agree with you, Mel. Defensive line seems like an area they need to address if they don't go wide receiver to replace Josh Reynolds. So we'll see what they do.
So the Lions have, along with the Wolverines, have captured this state for sure, and now the pick is in, and we go to the stage for the announcement of the Lions selection.
All right, Detroit, let's hear it.
Who is Shipley?
A historic week here in the great city of Detroit. We have shown the world what the Motor City is all about. And it is my honor to announce that the 2024 NFL Draft has now broken the all-time record.
Your receiver.
700,000 and counting. So thank you, NFL fans, and thank you, Detroit.
The Eagles drafted
So it is
Shipley.
an honor to announce that the New York Jets have traded the 126th pick to the Detroit Lions.
Will Shipley, running back.
And I'm going to put my
Clemson.
buffs on to read this.
White boy, white running back. We had to look him up.
126th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Giovanni Manu, tackle from British Columbia, Canada.
Reese, As far as I'm concerned, the 2024 NFL Draft on day 3 is officially underway. I've been sitting on this one for how long, Mel? You know this is my guy here. I don't know how much tape people have available for Giovanni Manu because this guy has not been playing football for a whole lot of time, but he is intriguing. How is this for a set of measurables? 6'0", nearly 6 foot 7.5 inches, 352 pounds, had 34.5-inch arms. The guy jumped 33.5 in the vertical, and he absolutely pulverizes people with his power. He's got a basketball background. He could start for the Pistons tomorrow, power forward, if he wanted to. This guy was a bully playing his football in Canada. One of the better kept secrets throughout the process. There was a pro day in late March where a bunch of NFL teams went out and worked a bunch of these Canadian Football League or Canadian prospects, and Giovanni Manu stole the show. This Lions offensive tackle room now includes 3 of the nastiest guys in the entire NFL. Taylor Decker, of course, Penei Sewell, and Manu. This guy has the perfect place to learn from 2 players who are maulers in their own right.
Depth for the Lions. They went on the outside on defense, and they went up front with Manu, and now slated to make the next pick. We're the Eagles, but maybe we've had some movement. Get you up to speed when you come back.
How they always go commercial when we pick?
This is not just another E-Class, because it evolves with you. It is the first E-Class made just for
So we're going to look up highlights of this boy, Will Shipley.
This is not just designed because you're E-Class. It adapts, it recognizes, understands you, empowers.
Who's pumped for tax season? Let's get out there and crush those taxes. Who's with me?
We know some free.
He is
To the Eagles drafted, Will Shipley.
confident and ready for this stage.
And here's Will Shipley getting the call to start the game, and he's hog-tied at the 30-yard line by Dwayne Carter, the leader of the Duke defense.
This Clemson offense to run the ball a lot tonight.
Here's Shipley, big hole between the tackles, gets the first down. He rushed for almost 1,200 yards.
Easy pitch and catch for Kate Klubnik.
Gonna run Shipley here, and he gets the first down out to the 39. Maffa rushed for over 500 yards last year. Here's Shipley, he's got the edge at the 45 and out of bounds. He did get the first down.
And a near disaster avoided by Clemson.
His teammates call him Mr. Duke because he's so active in the communities. He makes the tackle there on Will Shipley. 3-time captain. He's the leader of that Duke defense.
He looked like another Gainwell, but he run harder than he knows.
3rd down so far. Klubnik with a great play fake, dumps it off. Shipley in for the Clemson touchdown. Didn't have a touchdown catch despite 38 receptions a year ago. He is patered here. The game is tied for now.
Nice job selling the fake.
Replay was just checking there to make sure that the ball was out. It clearly was, as you saw live. So 10 seconds to go. Shipley going to run it.
Okay.
Past the 45-yard line and to midfield, and then Clemson's going to call a timeout.
Okay. He running hard. Okay, Shipley. Okay. I see you, Shipley.
Clemson ranked 9th in the country. Shipley on the catch out of the backfield inside the 35-yard line. Close to a first down. They say he stepped out, though, before that contact at 30, so he's going to be short.
And put the ball in your quarterback's hands.
Klubnik will throw. Got a receiver. And Shipley makes the next move. Picks up a first down and then out of bounds. Klubnik dumping it off to Shipley. Here's the other thing about Clemson. They have to find, again, it's week 1. We don't want to overreact. But
it's a hot Saturday afternoon here in Death Valley, mid-80s, as Shipley makes the catch out of the backfield. He is so dangerous in that part of the game as he picks up a first down. He had 6 catches, which tied a career high Monday against Duke. Klubnik swings it out. There goes Will Shipley. Out of the backfield, takes it inside the red zone and sets Clemson up with first down near the 12-yard line. Still breaking in that dirt raid offense. Shipley, the running back, gets the call on first down, and Shipley puts his foot in the ground and moves the sticks. Often Shipley flank Klubnik, and they give it to Shipley. He's got lots of speed. He steps out of a tackle and brings it inside the 30.
Actually, just take what the defense gives you.
It's back to Shipley, back up the middle, steps out of another. And Will Shipley brings it to the 5-yard line. Davion Williams on the stop, first and goal for the Tigers.
For 76 yards. And straight ahead goes Shipley, keeps his balance, midfield, into a stack at the 45 and forward.
Okay. Well, Shipley, you look all right.
We're both excited
You look
to
all
really
right.
get to work together.
You know, you have to sort of split hairs to find things wrong when you consider all of the success he had. But the one knock, people said, well, look, they ran the ball a lot. They didn't always rely on J.J. McCarthy to win games in the NFL. Certainly quarterbacks have to do that. What gave you the confidence that he is that guy who can be the guy that an offense is built around?
Yeah, Reese, the confidence came from a process, really both through film study, the opportunity to get on campus there with him for a full day in Ann Arbor and really try to, dive into who he is as a player, where he's at in his development, and then ultimately, confirm all the intangibles that I felt really strongly about. But specifically from a film study standpoint, what I don't think JJ gets enough credit for, Brian Flores and I call them weighty downs, those third downs, red zones, where it's great that you run the ball, but in our game, in the NFL and in the level that JJ was at winning a national championship, you don't get to sustain offenses like that without converting some big time third downs. I think 3rd and 7 plus, he was fantastic, which is always a down that makes or breaks our ability to win football games, each and every Sunday. He was great in the red zone when you really saw him have to thread the needle and make some tight window throws. And then in the 2-minute situations, when he had to take his team down to score points to give themselves an opportunity to go win a national championship, JJ checked all those boxes and then some. So that was a big part of it.
Traded up a couple of times in the first round, and you wound up not only with McCarthy, but with Dallas Turner from Alabama, a couple of guys who were sitting there much higher on many of those mock draft boards. How do you feel about accomplishing the goals you'd set pre-draft in the first round?
Yeah, so first of all, I just want to compliment Kwesi and his staff, Rob Brzezinski, for really navigating those times during the first round, because our two goals were to add a quarterback of the future, a franchise quarterback level guy that we felt like we could really build around, grow and develop, pour into. But we also wanted to add an impact player to our defensive front. And to get Dallas Turner where we did, in addition to where we got JJ, we were just ecstatic about that, and know that when you can add two players like that in the same year, bring them in together from two foundational programs in college football. JJ won a national championship. Obviously, Dallas Turner was right there in the Rose Bowl, right up against JJ to try to get a chance to be in that national championship. But both guys have been well coached from programs with great cultures, winning cultures. And these guys are going to bring a lot to our program here, to what we already think is a really fantastic culture we've been able to build.
I know you don't need any advice from me, but in training camp, don't let Dallas hit JJ the way he did on that trick play in the Rose Bowl. I would avoid that if I could.
Yeah, I actually watched that play with both those guys yesterday. First and foremost, I know I played the position, and no coach ever trusted me to catch a ball like that and have to deal it the way JJ did in that moment. And then obviously seeing Dallas close a lot of ground in a hurry and to go put that hit on JJ, I said, that's the last time that'll ever happen, hopefully, fellas, between the two of you guys.
Kevin, congratulations on a great draft so far, picking up Tyree Jackson today, and best of luck the rest of the way. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on.
It's Kevin O'Connell, 3rd season as the Vikings head coach, and certainly they've got some foundational building blocks. Here are the recent selections.
Eagles traded back again, y'all. Eagles traded back again, man.
Great student.
Sheesh, man. He traded back
Player for
again,
Dabo
man.
Swinney and Clemson going to the Eagles.
Yeah, along those great student lines, Reese. Believes to be the first player on record at Clemson to graduate in 3 years with a perfect 4.0 GPA, but of course, he is now going to be paid for his football skills. And this guy had an unbelievable 2022 year in which he showed off the versatility. The first player to ever be named All ACC at 3 different positions. He combines vision, he combines wiggle, he combines pass catching ability, very selfless player as well. Hard to know exactly what speed is here for Will Shipley. I think it's good on tape. I don't think it's great. He never ran a 40 during the pre-draft process, but the vision, the wiggle, the inside power, all those skills should translate to that Philadelphia backfield, which of course lost DeAndre Swift this offseason as he went to Chicago on a 3-year deal.
And Shipley on his way to the Eagles, and we're seeing a run on running backs from decent picks. Ray Davis just went to the Buffalo Bills, and Ray Davis is a guy who, and many of these players have overcome adversity in their life. You see, he had a couple of stops, Vanderbilt and Kentucky. The most recent one started his career at Temple, second team All SEC, but it was really the path that he had to forge to get there that makes his journey inspirational.
Yeah, absolutely is. And you look at the 7.
The Eagles traded picks 132 and 210 to the Detroit Lions for picks 164, 201, and a 2025 fourth round draft pick.
And also at 12, when I was in
They traded back again.
with my younger siblings, so I decided to let my sister, my
Once
little
again, I'm
brother,
gonna
go live
repeat
with my
that.
sister's
Eagles
godmom,
have
and
traded
I decided to stay in
132
that shelter.
and picks
And I knew
210
from
to the
there on,
Detroit
it was
Lions
about
for
just
picks
being a man.
164
I'm
and
grateful for the journey
201
that I had.
and a 2025
Without all
fourth
those
round
bumps
draft
and the
pick.
roads that I
So
went
we
through, I
stockpiling
wouldn't be the
picks,
man I am today.
stockpiling picks.
I'm very grateful for Laura Banks and my teacher, Ben and Alexa, who I stayed with for a brief stint. They all saw a future in me that I didn't see when I was younger, but also my family, my mom and my dad's in my life today. I'm going to change what this culture and what this system is. I thought about those kids that sat in those 4 walls like I did. If I gave up, they wouldn't have somebody to be able to shine a light and speak about a way for kids to become successful and not be dictated about this system.
So much maturity. While he was in foster care, as you see the celebration, his foster family had room for 2 of his siblings. Rather than have them separated, he let them go, and he stayed in the shelter. Eventually, with the help of Laura Banks, who he mentioned, wound up at Trinity Pauling, which is just across the Connecticut state line. 46 great athletic traditions sort of set him on his path. And now he's going back to the state of New York to play for the Buffalo Bills after a sensational finish to his career at Kentucky. And these are the stories that you love to see and the opportunities that he wants to continue to give back. And after also enhancing the experiences in the foster system, he has his eye on us to come and take our jobs.
Yeah, he can probably do it. He's achieved every goal that he set for himself. Reese, a fantastic person and player. I look at what he does in the pass game. 7 receiving touchdowns this past year. That's the most by an SEC running back in 25 seasons. 21 total touchdowns this past year. You see what he can do out of the backfield. He can make guys miss. He's going to pick up those tough yards for you. Absolutely has a vision for the end zone. He's a little bit of an older player, 24 years old. There are some injury question marks, but he's an instinctive runner who has that burst to make guys miss. And when he gets daylight, he is good enough to be gone. I love the leverage that he plays with. He's going to fall forward. I remember watching him riding just a little strength door to the way this guy squeezes through holes and is always finding plus yardage after contact.
Look, that combination of him and James Cook, that'll be lethal up there. That is 2 home run hitters.
Trying to keep
that run with a lot
updating
of
this
fury.
shit, man.
Different body types. That's a great addition for Buffalo.
Congratulations to Ray Davis going to Buffalo. Congratulations to the Bills for getting him. See the celebration continue in Discovery Bay, California. Round 4 of the NFL draft rolls on. We'll get you up to date on all of these picks when you come back.
Right now, you can get any large pizza for just $12 from Pizza Hut. Any pizza, any crust, $12. That means meat lovers, supreme, or create your own with any toppings, just $12. This deal won't last long, so order any way you want now.
No, you choose humans over apes. Together, strong. Hold on! I will never give up. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, rated PG-13.
Do it.
Come on, Dad, hit me.
Oh, nice play. All right, go. There you go.
So cute. At Ally, we're helping millions save more for the things that matter most to them. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally.
Get back to work.
You've earned this, so hold it up high. It's your job to stock the city, restaurants and rooftops, bars and basements. Every corner store. And when it gets tough, you stay driven. Give it all you got, going nonstop with 20 stops. Because at the end of the day, every single round is on you. You are a fighter, and this is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter.
Lowe's knows the only thing that works as hard as pros
Is our rewards program for pros.
That's why when you stock up on the many items you need, you earn bonus points to get the stuff you want. Join MVP's Pro Rewards and start earning today. You got this. We got you.
Before you use AI to transform business, accelerate growth, predict trends, you need to begin with trust. Introducing Watson X Governance, helping you govern any AI as data, models, and policies change, so you can scale it responsibly.
Here we go.
Let's create AI that begins with trust with Watson X Governance. IBM, let's create.
At Metro, get a new iPhone 12 with 5G. Take amazing pictures and share instantly. You don't take yada yada in life? Don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get a new iPhone 12 with 5G for only $99.99, only at Metro.
When that Tostitos hint of lime flavor hits, it changes things. It takes your snack game up a notch with a tangy, zesty crunch that's ready to dip. Tostito.
Shipley. Shipley in the backfield, a 2-by-2 look here on 1st and long. Klubnik to Shipley again. Blockers in front. And boy, took a big lick on the back end that time. That was smoke munching. On 2nd and 25 under duress. Out for Shipley with a lot of running room. Will Shipley breaks tackles. And he's out of bounds at the 42 of Florida State. Klubnik 8 for his last 8 passing. Feeling it. They give him another short throw and a touchdown. Will Shipley. A very similar route that they ran earlier, similar part of the field. This time Klubnik anticipates it just a little. Shipley to the goal line. Touchdown. His second touchdown of the day, his first rushing touchdown of the season. The view from the Progressive Pylon camera. Pretty well defended there by Florida State, as Lovett almost had him in the backfield, but Shipley just would not be denied.
So you think you know Wix. Do you really? First up, we've got shape video masks. You can use different shapes to create completely different vibes and aesthetics. Or you can create your own graphic. I use the shape composition here. Just import any SVG file and set it as a shape mask. Nice. Next up, we'll keep it moving with the hover box. You can use it to animate any element and create these really eye-catching animations.
Speed than what you would think for a guy who's 235 pounds. So this is a guy who right here, you get him the right block, you get him the right scheme, and he stays healthy. to have a good, nice, productive pro here in the 4th round.
Hey, Field got carded the other day trying to get into a sports book. If they card Braylon Allen, they'll say, no thanks. Not yet. He's only 20 years old.
Hasn't even turned 21 yet. I felt like this past year, obviously, it was a massive year at transition at Wisconsin, that new system. This was not your father's Wisconsin offensive system specific to the running game. But I feel like Braylon Allen was a difficult evaluation in some ways. If you're going to get the best out of Braylon Allen, I think it is finding ways to get him runs between the tackle and see if that power can translate on film like I thought it did earlier in his career.
Yeah, with Breece Hall there, they've got their number 1. Now they've got their number 2. That gives you a little bit of lightning and thunder, kind of an old school running back by committee approach here. I'm with you, Field. A year ago when we were watching him run behind some of the big hog mollies that Wisconsin had, you thought, man, this guy's going to be one of the top running backs in the 2024 NFL draft. The scheme change affected him. He's still a very, very good player.
I'll tell you what, Sione Vaki, is he a safety? Is he a running back? He is a
Eagles traded back again, so
he is.
traded back from 132 to 164, from 210 to 201. So I'm gonna end this stream, and I think I'm gonna be done with the draft because this shit is super long, man. Still in the 4th round. We ain't picking until I guess the 5th round. I guess. But we gonna watch this last pick and see who the 40 whiners. The 40 whiners pick. Bum ass niggas, man. We gonna see who these bum ass niggas pick.
Cowing, wide receiver, Arizona. Yeah, baby.
Fucking bums.
Jacob Cowing catching passes from Noah Fafita, not the biggest guy in the world, but he's a playmaker.
174 pounds, Reese, but this guy could fly. 4.38 40 at the combine. Spent 3 years at UTEP and then spent the past 2 years at Arizona. I got to say, this guy is terrific. It's terrific body control, really good understanding of the scheme. Anybody watch that Jetfish scheme? I know Lou called a couple of their games. It's outstanding out there in Arizona. Really good footwork as well, making guys miss at the top of his routes. Some toughness as well from Jacob Cowing. One of the reasons why he was so good after the catch. He had 244 catches over the past 3 seasons, so excellent production. He had 13 receiving touchdowns last season, and the second wide receiver now drafted